You found out that you're a manifestor in your human design and that you don't have consistent energy, and you're like, what does that even mean? And so in this video, I'm gonna break down how your energetic authenticity shows up, what your energetic cycles are to have the most aligned, successful, and deep impact, and what are the myths that we're going to break down so that you stop questioning how you're meant to show up in the world to be the success you know you were born to be. Let's dig deep. Maybe you've realized that you are what we call a non-sacral being. A non-sacral being means that you don't have a defined energy center in your sacral when we look at your human design body graph. Ka-ching. And so what this actually means is that you do not have a consistent motor of energy to power you through the day. And so there's a lot of myth and confusion around what it means to be a non-sacral, specifically if you are a manifestor, and even more if you're going down the rhetoric that manifestors can't have consistency, or that you don't have enough energy to do the things that you're passionate about. And so I want to break down a little bit what the cycles are that you need to take into consideration when you want to embody the most powerful experience of being this incredible, beautiful, peaceful manifestor that you're here to be. And what are some of the things that might be keeping you stuck or might causing some kind of insecurities, given that we have so much conditioning in this world. And I really want to support you as a manifestor to step into your full leadership potential and what that actually looks like. Because honestly, there's a lot of manifestors that are highly creative, that are not about conquering the world in the literal sense. We are in 2026, ladies and gentlemen, and there's a whole new kind of concept of what the beautiful manifestor energy represents, and I want to talk a little about it in this video. So hold on tight, because by the end of this video, you're going to understand what not having consistent energy actually means. I'm going to break down what the open sacral stands for, why you're called a non-sacral being, and what are the cycles of energetic alignment that you need to step into so that you can harness the collaboration with the universe to remove resistance and experience peace. Let's dig deep. Hello, and welcome to the Human Design Portal, your safe space to decondition so you can align with the right people, opportunities, and chances. Every Sunday, you'll receive a new video on this platform so that you can deeply understand yourself better, understand energetics, and have a tangible language that explains human design in a way that hopefully is really approachable and easy to implement. My name is Maika Gabriela. I'm a human design reader, a deconditioning expert, and the founder of the Transformational Human Design Certification. And I am so happy to have you here. So if you have a moment, please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment or any question that you might have in the section below, and let's move on. Okay, my beautiful manifestor. I posted this video on my Instagram the other day, and it's about the 3 lies that they've told manifestors. And in the comment, there was a highlight that I really liked, and it was a woman saying, what about the lie that manifestors can't be consistent? And I was like, that's actually a really good point. And I think specifically when we look at consistency, motivation, discipline, how to get shit done, which is so important for life and success and stepping into the boldness that it means to be a manifestor, I wanted to break down this concept a little deeper so that we understand the nuances and what are things that we can look at in our human design chart to deepen understand our unique way of achieving certain things. So let's start by discussing energy. Why is it said that manifestors don't have consistent energy? Listen, to start, you're lucky because at least it says not consistent energy, because with projectors, it's like, oh, you don't have energy, which is wrong. But for manifestors, the non-consistent energy comes from having an open sacral center. The sacral center is the energy center that is at the height of your belly button, and it represents creativity, joy, passion, desire, and it is the consistent energetic motor that drives the world. So this is what makes generators manifesting generators. All generators and all manifesting generators will forever have a defined sacral. And so manifestors are called non-sacrals because they don't have a defined sacral center in their body graph. This is, together with reflectors and projectors, a definition that we have for the group of energy types that don't have this definition in their sacral. And so for that, none of the three non-sacrals have consistent energy. And so the comment in this Instagram was like, consistency is something you build. And I think that this is an interesting point because a lot of people talk to me like, oh, I'm not motivated to work on my business, or I'm not motivated to create content, or I'm not motivated, blah, blah, blah. We cannot build anything on motivation. Motivation is driven by an internal desire. It is not something that will uphold the legacy and the time it takes to actually build something. We cannot build anything on motivation. We have to build things on discipline. And it gets kind of tricky because in human design, we have routine and we have discipline, we have structure in different segments of the body graph, okay? And we can see this in the variables. So the variables are the arrows on top of our chart, and next to our head, we have these different arrows. And if they're pointing to the left, they're old paradigms. So you're somebody who does very well on structure and on discipline and on routine. But if they're pointing to the right, then you're actually very new paradigm oriented. And we haven't seen this happen yet or actually be embraced because we're not yet in the new paradigm in 2027. And so it is harder to assess how that's going to look like. And it might be harder for you to actually embody that aspect of yourself because there's not enough information that makes your subconscious feel like that's a safe choice for you to follow in order to be successful. If you want to know more in depth about your variables, we have the source code, which is like an 80 to 100 page written by me PDF that we put together, designed specifically for your unique chart. And so you can get that to further understand how you can use discipline and routine in your daily life to get shit done. Okay, there's a bunch of other stuff information. I'm going to leave it in the caption below just in case you want to know more. But one of the things is the energy, right? And so we need to understand what these cycles of energy are that you have as a manifestor. So you don't have a defined sacral, which means that you're open to the conditioning of generators and manifesting generators because that's 70% of the population, which means that it might be hard for you to know when it's time to rest and when it's time to go. And so that is because that openness draws in. It's a feminine energy that you have in your sacral, and it draws in dominant energy and it amplifies it. So you can be hanging around your generator friends and be like super hyped and super motivated and let's do all of the things. And then when you're not with them, you're like, oh my God, I'm so exhausted. And then you might have problems falling asleep because you have all of this pent up energy in your sacral center that doesn't belong to you. And so it is important to start having a practice of emptying out, right? And that's the reason I created the Soft Power Club, where you have meditations and affirmations and subconscious reprogramming that helps you release and empty out every energy center, but specifically the sacral one for manifestors. And so this open energy center as a manifestor is really just that understanding that you're not here to have that typical 9-to-5 job, that you're not here to wake up every single morning and have the exact same energy that you had the day before, right? And that is just like the difference of being a non-sacral versus a sacral. Non-consistent energy doesn't mean you don't have energy. It just means that the way that you show up in the world can't be 100% every single time. One time it'll be 150% for 3 days in a row, and then you'll be a 0%. There's actually, you know what comes to mind? I don't know if you've seen, there's this meme, kind of like short format content, which is a couple. And then the couple has like these battery emojis, and it's like, sometimes I'm like a 30% battery, but I'm at 100%, and sometimes they're in the red and I'm in the green, whatever, and they keep on switching in their relationship. But that is how your energy cycle goes, right? And so your energy is conditioned by the people you have around you that are influencing your sacral, but also your capacity to really tune into the things that you are excited about. And so what I think is interesting is that your energy as a manifestor comes from your throat. What makes you a manifestor and what gives you that strength and that power is that you will always have a defined throat. And so the reason why informing is so important is because you're opening the floodgates of the power that is coming from your throat, right? It is really that there is this motor that happens. And so there's this concept I developed a couple of years ago that I call the energy peaks. And it's really interesting because every single energy type has a different energy peak. For you as a manifestor, your energy peak is with the vision. It is not in the doing. It is when you have the vision of like, oh my God, this is like an incredible idea that I have, that creative urge that comes through you. And then you're like, oh, now I have energy. Like the vision is the energy, okay? It is not the doing. It is not what people think. After you've done it, it is just that initial idea and conceptualization of what you want to bring into the world. And so even though you don't have consistent energy, it doesn't mean then you can't do things in a consistent manner. And this is when we get to the variables. So when you look, this is always so confusing because I'm dyslexic and I have ADHD and my world's upside down, okay? But I'm going to try my best. If you have the left top arrow pointing to the left, then you're somebody who's going to thrive on consistency and routine. If you have the same arrow pointing to the right, then you're somebody who will thrive on being inconsistent and not having a routine. For those of you who thrive on consistency, it just means that even if you don't have 100% of energy every single day, you still commit to the thing that is important to you, right? And so I have this arrow, for example. And even though I'm not a manifestor, I can identify with that because I might be tired, or I may be overwhelmed, or I might be exhausted, but I will still make sure that I will get a post out on my Instagram account no matter what. The consistency that I bring to my social media, guys, I have been recording one video every single week, every single month, for the last 2 years, and I haven't missed one, okay? Yes, there's a couple that we didn't get on time because meditations, because like problems with computer, whatever. But for, 700 plus days, there's not one day missed in the last 2 years of having this YouTube channel where I didn't show up to record something. I'm just saying, okay? And so I just see the way that my career is progressing, that has been an incredible skill that has worked for me. But I also can see like a very healthy admiration when I see people who post inconsistently, but when they post and they have like, 100,000 views, I'm like, wow, that's incredible. But they're not consistent. And you know what? They might succeed in what I'm doing because for me, it just has a different way of getting me there, right? And so it's not even who gets there first. It's the person who's most aligned will get there better, right? Like I was telling this to my daughter, this is a Drake song, Judge Me If You Will, that I love. And it's not, and I told this to my daughter, she's like, so many things were invented already. I will never be the first in anything. And I'm like, listen, girl, it's not who did it first. It's who did it better. Quote by Drake, guys. Okay, so first things first, so that we understand this equals center. Second, look at your arrow. Are you somebody who actually thrives on consistency? Is consistency easy for you? If consistency is easy for you, trying to be inconsistent because you're an artist and you've been told like the only way to be inspired is to be inconsistent, reassess if that's true. We have incredible artists like Nick Cave or Eminem who go to work like it's an office job from 9 to 5, then they go home and then they're like, whatever, playing the role that they desire to play outside of their creative pursuits. But if you have that arrow pointing to the new paradigm to the right, then look at how you can show up in your life being guided by your body's desire to move, right? Like, where does it want to go? Oftentimes you'll have a 4 in your profile. What are the people you're connecting with? Where are they inviting you to? What are things that you're desiring to initiate? And so it is the same for discipline. Discipline is the left bottom arrow. If you have it pointed to the left, you're somebody who thrives on discipline. You're good with discipline. You can utilize your discipline to show up with consistency. But if you use that arrow and you have it towards the right, then you're somebody for whom discipline doesn't count. Then you're somebody who in the new paradigm doesn't need discipline to get shit done because your desire and your passion to get shit done is going to be the key that gets you there, okay? And so the next thing that I want to discuss is the cycles of energy that you have. And so a lot of times, a lot of manifestors are conditioned to have lived like generators because of this open sacral. You take in that energy because of people-pleasing tendencies, because of the way that you've grown up, because of the way that society rewards our worth and our value is through doing, you might have caught up in that cycle of living your life like a generator and trying to do all of the things because you are powerful and you have so much energy and you know you're here to initiate, you know you're here to move things. And so you are also in the doing, and that has burnt you out, and that has stripped you of your creativity, and that has stripped you of the joy of life and the peacefulness that you're here to embody. And so the accurate cycle for a manifestor in their energy is rest first. If you are consistently in the doing and you're caught up in your generator-like existence, the universe does not recognize you as a manifestor who's open to receive creative urges. And this is interesting because you're the only energy type out there that doesn't need to specifically collaborate with the universe, right? It's not like you have to wait for the invitation or you're here to respond. Like, it moves through you. Like, divinity talks through your being. So for you to be open to that channel, the only thing you need to do, and I say only because the rest sounds so easy, but rest is actually really hard for most of us. You just need to rest. So the cycle for the manifestor to connect to your divinity and to your strategy and to like the essence of your energetic authenticity is to rest. Once you rest enough, you'll have a creative urge. When your authority is okay with it, you'll follow that creative urge. And then you inform people of what your vision is, which is the height and peak of your magnetism and impact. And when people love your idea, they will want to help you put it in place and do the doing for you. And the people that are not meant for you, that is why you have a closed aura. The closed aura is nothing but natural selection. People will either love you and will want to die for you literally because you have come from the kings and the conquerors, where people would fight battles for conquering the land that you desire to have. And I know we don't do this anymore, but we need to go back to like the roots of that energy and where it comes from. And the people who are not attracted by your aura, their natural selection, it's not personal against you. It's that your vision is not their mission. Those that you impact with your words, they become those that will fight for you until the end. And that is the aligned cycle of being a manifestor. You're often described as a lone wolf. And yes, that is because you do a lot of things that aren't socially acceptable. You bend the rules of what we call polite and of like proper education. And I think this is really interesting because it feels so natural to the manifestor, and then it feels so disruptive to all other energy types. And I think that that is where often the clash exists, because the manifestor's free, independent, strong spirit just triggers other people because they're like, oh wait, why are you doing this? Like, I was not, it brings out the shadow in all of the other energy types and humans. And so I really love watching that unfold because I think I'm at a part in consciousness, at least with that, where I'm like, oh, I see how this is just like disruptive in the manifestor nature and how it's completely, and it's interesting because I see it also in my daughter and I see it in the children, and I can see how depending on the culture and the education that these other children have in their home, they react more or less strong to my daughter's independence. And so I think it's just really interesting to observe. And for you, being your biggest fan, I think is so important. Being really in love and loving who you are and standing up for what you believe in and that integrity that you carry, because none of the things that you do come with any bad intention. And so I think once you really integrate any shadow that you have around who you are, how you show up in the world, it will remove resistance in such a like radical way. So this whole idea of being a lone wolf is not entirely correct. Yes, you can have long periods of just like loneliness, not loneliness, but alone time. There's a difference, right? But it is that when you then in like rest, but when you are then ready to share your vision, you have this just like incredible support that will want to help you get you or create the thing that you have envisioned. So my beautiful manifestor, I hope this video helped you understand a bit more what it is around not having consistent energy, and in general, how your energetic makeup can show up in the world authentically. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with your community, DM me, let me know what you felt about it. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that I got wrong. You manifestors love telling me what I've got wrong. And it's always good for me to learn from, so I can't wait. So yeah, anyways, I love you guys so much. You make the world just such a elevated place. And I think that you're continuously breaking open opportunities that we're not even conscious yet. So continue to blaze your way through the world, continue to hold your crown high. And remember, I don't care what anybody says, I love you.